Cool.
Well, thank
Yes,
you
ma'am. Of course.
for saying that you're going to hang out and chat with us today. I'm really excited to talk to you. I don't know if you know this, but there is something very unique about you. And so when you said you were going to come and chat with me today, I was like, yes, this is perfect. We actually haven't had a ton of time to hang out though.
Yep.
And neither have the people who've been watching. Will
Gotcha.
you do me the honor of just giving me a brief history, your name, where you're from, and how you decided you wanted to come to IntelliTech?
Alright, so my name's Benjamin Jacket. I am from the Durango area here in Colorado. I've always been around cars, so I'm going to the automotive program. I'm actually going for the degree part of it just because I don't know, I want to eventually maybe own a small business, try to work my way up to something like that when I do graduate, after I graduate. So that's one of my biggest goals. I've always been involved in some type of car something. Grew up playing video games, of course. So playing the car racing games, the more of the ones where you can modify the most, those are my type of games. So just always was into cars, helping family with cars, really helping my dad a lot. That was an experience because we were always working on cars, but we never had the right tools to do it. So we'd always have to figure out some way to try to figure it out. So I don't know, it just made my interest grow more and more. Like I said, I had family, uncles that were in the mechanic business as well. So I don't know, it just drove my interest a little bit more. Wanting to build my own cars came from like the Fast and the Furious. And then just, I don't know, slowly started getting into it. Wasn't too much into it in high school. After I graduated, I was planning on going to like a program similar to this one. Um, kind of didn't think I was ready. Um, so yeah, and life went on, things got hard. Was still working on cars, just wasn't getting paid what I thought I was for my knowledge. So it's like time to make some changes in life and decided to look at a school. Um, Things were hard in the area where I was at. I mean, I wasn't totally in the right state of mind, but felt this was something that I needed to do to better my life as well as my daughter's lives. So, I mean, just jumped into it. Didn't know where I was going to live coming up here, didn't know where I was going to do, where I was going to work at. So, I mean, just came in on whim and things were working out really good. Um, I enjoy the program. The instructors are super, super smart. The newer instructor that you all decided to hire, Mr. Hill, he is super intelligent, and it is just awesome that y'all decided to pick him because I mean he's just so knowledgeable. I mean he could probably build you a war tank from scratch if he needed to, just how intelligent he is. So I mean having them as instructors really also makes you want to learn more just because of their knowledge. Always asking questions, and I don't know, they just their knowledge is deep in the program. So I mean, them being able to teach us all the basics of how cars and engines work, and then get into more advanced stuff like electrical stuff, it's really awesome. So I mean, I've enjoyed coming to this program. It's really changed my life. It was really hard. People didn't hearing a lot of things. People don't like the CCR part of it at the beginning of the program, but in my honest opinion, it really helped me find myself again, prepare myself for jumping into college, and just I don't know, finding the right state of mind. Because like I said, I wasn't in the right state of mind when I first came up here, and Terry kind of really helped me set the foundation for it. Helped me really think about my goals and what I want in life. And I don't know, I really thought the CCR thing was really awesome. So, but yeah, yeah, that I'm enjoying it. So
Awesome to hear. I kind of just want to bounce backwards because I heard you say that you're not necessarily from the area. Where are you from?
from Durango, Colorado.
Durango.
It's really Ignacio, Colorado. It's a
Okay.
really, really little
Yeah.
town. So it's really small. So yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, how did you, I mean, because that is a small town. I think most people are familiar with the Durango area,
hmm
which is a beautiful area.
hmm
I know Ignacio, I just never been there. How do you end up from there to Grand Junction?
Well, I played a lot of sports growing up. I was actually part of a traveling AAU basketball team when I was a teenager, and we came up here a few times for basketball tournaments. And it's probably one of the last times I had been up here. So, uh, not last year, the year before, school started in the Durango area. Asked my daughter like, let's go school shopping in Grand Junction. So we came up here just to visit, see how things were. And when we were leaving, I asked her, "What do you think about Grand Junction?" She's like, "Daddy, do you think we could move here?" And it totally blew my mind because she was only 4 years old, 4 years old at the time. And I was like, my 4 year old is asking me if we could move? Like, I never considered it. Just
Mm,
started researching things I might be able to get into up here and found IntelliTech College and found they had an automotive program. So just started researching it. Um, did see the one at CMU as well, but I was like, I mean, that's a lot bigger campus, more students that instructors have to focus on, not more of the one-on-one basis like I would like. So decided to come to IntelliTech because it's a smaller college. So I mean, I think it's benefited me a lot more because like I said, the instructors are just awesome. So
mm. I love that you took your daughter school shopping and she's like, let's move.
yeah.
And then that pretty much catapulted you both, like
Hmm.
changed your life
Oh yeah.
for the better, it
Yes, most
sounds
definitely.
like.
Most definitely. Yes. Yes. Getting out of that area, I think it was just there wasn't much going on for us. So kind of just getting out on our own really is benefiting us. So
Hmm.
it's awesome.
Mm. And then you also mentioned that you are going to get your degree
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
Are you nervous about that part, or what are your feelings
You
about
know,
that?
honestly, I would it nothing the ending hasn't really hit me too much until I got the email about coming in for the interview and I looked at my classmate and I was like, "Look, I'm this close already. Like no way."
Yeah.
So it's a little surreal. A little surreal.
And then you've been working on cars, you said, for forever.
Forever, yeah. Yeah, forever. So, I mean, it's awesome. Just being able to be more in depth in it because my knowledge in cars was pretty vast anyways.
Mm.
But now I feel so much more confident in being able to bring somebody's car in and being able to diagnose it myself and be able to send it off and be like, yeah, it should be good, nice and good. Everything should be okay. If there is any other issues, come back and see me and we'll get it taken care of. So, I
Mm.
mean, I feel very confident with everything that I've learned. So,
Awesome. I know that you mentioned you recently got a job,
yes, ma'am.
and you also mentioned eventually down the line, the big goal is opening your own
Mhm.
place. What do you think is the next turning stone for you? Are you going to stick with this new job you have, or as soon as you get that diploma, are we looking for something different? Or
Mm, I'm not too sure. I would like to jump into a shop right away. Um, I'm still kind of in between. Do I want to go to like a big franchise or Subaru dealership, Toyota dealership? Do I want to do something like that, or do I want to stay on a smaller type of business? Just because smaller businesses, they don't just focus on one type of model of vehicle, they're working on them all. And they're working on the older cars too. So newer cars, there's a lot more that goes into it. Constantly having to go back to school and re-update, keep your certification. So I don't know. I'm a little in between of what I really want to do. I'm a manager at O'Reilly's. Um, I'm really good at that job. So I don't know. I'm a little torn in between what I want to do immediately after school.
Mm.
But wrenching is definitely my passion. So so I think I'll probably go that route.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you have options.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sure that whoever you're managing or what's going on there, they're lucky to have you as their manager. So I could see how you're like, I'll just hang out here for a bit. But you do have, options. The world has just kind of opened up a little bit more for you, which I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
is awesome, and you deserve that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Um, this group of conversations that we're having, I'm calling tricks of the trade.
you.
So if you could just think back to when you first got started in college, the advice that you wish somebody would have told you in order to be successful in college, what advice would you give that next generation of automotive technicians?
Just don't let the outside world try to distract you from your goals. I've had so much stuff come up while being here in school, but I've not let it deter me anyway. My focus has always been there. So my biggest advice is no matter how hard it gets, still just focus on that goal towards the end because it's definitely going to pay off. It's
Mm,
definitely going to pay off. I mean, I've had to sleep in my car. I've had to starve at times through the course of college, but I was able to find resources and ways to help me get by. So don't just people just don't give up on yourself is what it is.
Mm.
I mean, there's ways that you can find, there's people that will help you out. There's things here at the school that you can go to that will help you out. So just don't give up. I know it's hard, but just don't give up.
What good advice, and something I wouldn't have known about you. I had no idea that you were struggling at all because you always come in with such just a positive attitude, just ready to take on the world. So the fact that you have gone through some hard things and still are going to make it is awesome and a great advice. Anybody that you want to say thank you to or give a shout out to?
Just all my family that believed in me, even though I've gone through a lot in life. They still haven't given up on me and they still support me to the fullest. So I really got to thank my family. Definitely thank the Lord for being with me through all the struggles. So yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Cool. Well, thank you
yeah, of
for
course,
choosing Intelitech. Thank you for hanging out with me today.
of course.
We are immensely proud of you, and
Thank you
so
so
we
much.
expect you to come back and tell us all the amazing
Most definitely,
things
most
that
definitely.
you have done when
Better come to my
you.
shop whenever
That's
I get
right.
going.
We will all be in line. All right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, I appreciate it.